Well, good morning, West Ham fans. I'm going to get straight. Russ, the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe. Well, happy Sunday. Hope your weekend's going swimmingly. Literally swimmingly, because there's so much fucking rain thanks to Storm Claudia. But England played today. They play away to Albania later this afternoon. And a tale as old as time has reignited over the last couple of days on social media. A tale we have all been heard of many a time. Bowen versus Saka. Who is the best? So, I put Statman Ben to task to start looking at some facts and figures to hopefully definitively prove who is best. Is it Bowen? Is it Saka? Let's go into the numbers. Let's look in terms of their career numbers. And it makes quite interesting reading. So obviously Bowen's is an older player. He's played 381 appearances, 277 for Saka. This is how the sort of the tail of the tape. Bowen scored almost twice as many goals than Saka. Saka has more assists, and I think that definitively shows sort of the differences between the two. You know, we are comparing apples with pears in essence in terms of types of players they are, and also the types of team they're playing for as well makes a massive difference. In terms of Saka, obviously playing for a team who are proverbially at the top of the tree. In terms of, you know, the first 1 or 2 or 3 places in the Premier League, whereas Bowen is obviously playing for West Ham. Bowen has as on paper more goal involvements, over twice as many non-penalty goals as well, and that's important. You know, only 2 of Bowen's goals have come from penalties. You know, where it's 15 for Saka. You know, a high percentage are penalties. So if you took that away as well, I think you get a bit of a better view of that. Big chances created, 65 for Saka and 55 for Bowen. So, you know, 4-2 realistically, or 3-2 if we take out the appearances. But you can see there that there is more. There's more in the tank there for him for sure. If we look at how that affects in terms of things like goals per 90 minutes, that type of thing, Bowen has a higher goals per 90 minutes. Saka has a higher, pretty much most other things, to be honest, in terms of assists, passes, progressive carries, tackles. Although Bowen has a considerably better shot conversion rate, which makes massive sense, really, in terms of what he's doing. You know, looking at the two side by side. I mean, Bowen has, you know, if we look at Bowen, he has 13 more Premier League non-penalty goals than Saka, underscoring his superior open play goal volume, MPG. Converts a higher rate of shots into goals, highlighting superior finishing and clinical edge. Contributes 31% of West Ham's goals. That's assists and goals scored, surpassing Saka, who's about 25%. You know, making him more of a centrally irreplaceable attacking presence. Obviously, he is playing for West Ham, whereas Saka is obviously playing for Arsenal. They've got Declan Rice, they've got Odegaard, they've got Trossard, they've got other players as well. So naturally, they share the duties around a bit, where very much Bowen is the focal man. Bowen scores more frequently per 90 minutes than Saka, confirming his sharper goal-scoring rate. Bowen has far more offensive touches in counter-attacking phases, 92 compared to Saka's 60, confirming, again, his greater impact in direct transitional play, core to West Ham's tactical identity. If we look at Saka, he averages more goal involvements per 90 minutes than Bowen, making him the more consistent, productive attacker over time. Saka leads Bowen in creative metrics, 45 assists to 39, and more big chances played and created, you know, proving he's a superior playmaker in terms of volume and quantity. Saka advances more actively, play more actively with higher passes, 37%, 4.9 carries per 90, confirming again a key role in Arsenal's build-up and territorial progression. Saka holds a higher career average performance score, reflecting his more balanced and consistent superior all-round impact across attacking, defence and possession. And Saka has earned more man of the match awards than Bowen, highlighting his greater influence as a stand-up performer in individual games. Again, you're looking at the two and they're very, when people go, who's better? They're different players. And you can see that, a hybrid of both would be probably the perfect attacking player, in all honesty. If you're looking at sort of bringing in conclusions to, that debate, I mean, as I said, Bowen is statistically the more lethal and indispensable goal scorer. Don't forget, Bowen's playing for a side whose, highest position during his time at West Ham would be sixth, I think. I can't remember. Whereas Arsenal, in terms of you look at someone like Saka, they're not out of the top six. So arguably, I think Bowen is more indispensable to West Ham than Saka is to Arsenal. That's my opinion, of course. Saka is more effective and productive all-round attacker. Saka creates more goals, where Bowen is more of a not a striker as such, but more of a goal-scoring threat. In essence, neither are better, but rather very two different players. Very two different types of elite wingers. Bowen is more clinical, and Saka is more efficient, volume-driven creator and attacker. You look at Bowen statistically. As I said, superior shot conversion rate, significantly higher non-penalty goals. Conferring him as the more clinical finisher, and obviously carries a higher attacking burden for his counter-attacking West Ham side. But we said with Saka is clearly more superior in terms of playmaking metrics, big chances created, consistently higher average performance scores, showcasing his broader, higher volume contribution to Arsenal's possession-based attack. So you're two very different players. So, with Bowen, you get the guy who's going to score the goals. With Saka, you get the guy who's going to make the goals, pretty much. But, I mean, there's been loads of coverage over the last few days. TalkSport had some West Ham callers on there. We had Josh was on the Premier League show on Sky Sports, talking about saying that anyone in the top... Bowen could easily play for any club in the top four. Tend to agree with him, to be honest. I think he could. I think what he brings to the table, I think we'd be lost without him. Absolutely lost without him, West Ham. How many times has it been when the ball's come out to the right hand side, Bowen's cut inside and drilled a left-footed shot into the goal? As I said, he's only got how many goals left to take over Antonio's score? Let me just check on my list. Where's my list? He's obviously second, and I think he's probably got about 8 goals to go. Where is it? Where's my list? Let me have a look. Antonio. 68. Bowen has 59. And at the time, and let's have a look. Mikel did that in 268 appearances. Bowen, 204 appearances in the Premier League. Obviously, he's got 250. But 204 in the Premier League. Never been sent off. Although Mikel Antonio was sent off twice, and Mikel Antonio was also booked 34 times, with Bowen 11%. Both had a success of 48%. How weird is that? Anyway, what do you think? Arsenal fans, are you watching this? Let us know. Is that a fair assumption? Saka's the more playmaking player. Bowen's a more clinical finisher. I think that's a fair synopsis of the debate. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to give it a like, comment, share. Don't forget to give it a hype. Cheer on England today. Come on, England. I imagine Bowen might even get some minutes. Who knows? Strange things have happened at sea. Anyway, take care. Much love. Peace out.